In-depth sports coverage from The Athletic is now just £1 a month with an introductory offer. See the link in the description to sign up. Thiago Alcantara has swapped last season's Champions League winners for the winners from the year before. Liverpool won the league title with relative ease last season, and Thiago will give Jurgen Klopp's side further options. Klopp's style has evolved during his time at Liverpool. The 4-2-3-1 has become a 4-3-3. The pressing has become more space than man-orientated, and the focus of creativity has shifted to the wide areas, where Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold are the primary creators from fullback. Liverpool's midfield has primarily come to function as an intrinsic part of the pressing system employed by Klopp, and to facilitate Liverpool's high-tempo, wing-focused attacks. In transition, their midfield frequently acts as the spare man in a phase of build-up. That might be Henderson or Fabinho dropping in to make a back three to gain numerical superiority in deep build-up, or Henderson or Oxlade-Chamberlain pushing up to the right-hand side channel to offer a passing option to Alexander-Arnold and Salah and to create a little passing triangle. Or Wijnaldum or Keita appearing on the edge of the box when Liverpool's front three go narrow to offer a threat in the area from a cross when the ball is wide. This both offers a line of protection and a spare man to attack shorter clearances or knockbacks from the forwards. The team primarily create through long passes from the back, especially from Van Dijk or the fullbacks, where crosses and switch passes that open up the ball far side bring the quick wide attackers into play. Now that's not to say that the midfield are never involved. The pivot player, Henderson or Fabinho, will play long passes into the channels or move the ball through the lines up towards Firmino dropping in. But by and large they are there to retain possession or screen to provide a counter-press. Now the spread of creativity by position can be seen by comparing last season's top three Premier League sides' goal-creating actions, which are the last two actions that immediately precede a goal. Excluding goals created from set pieces and players who played under 900 minutes, the two Manchester teams' top five creators are dominated by forwards and midfielders, while Liverpool create their goals from the forwards and the fullbacks. So part of the rationale for acquiring Thiago was that Liverpool would benefit from a plan B, a midfielder who was less functional and more adept at playing the kind of line-breaking passes that open teams up. And Thiago can do this. He excels at sweeping passes that open up the flanks, change the direction of the attack. His disguised passes that look from his body angle like he's going one way and then shift the angle are superb, and also penetrate opposition lines. And he's an effective defensive presence too. Last season, as well as managing the third most passes into the final third for Bayern and the second most progressive passes, Thiago also made 5.1 successful pressures and led Bayern for interceptions among players with over 900 minutes. And that's why he was so integral to Guardiola's vision for Bayern when the manager joined in 2013. He needed someone in the pivot role who could anticipate opposition attacks, read the game, was positionally aware, and could then turn defense into attack. One thing Thiago isn't, though, is a goal creator. He's there to play penetrative passes and to facilitate the quick transition from defense to attack. Interestingly, last season Bayern's goal creators looked most like Manchester City's, a few wide forwards but mostly midfielders. Thiago was often the pass before, the link between the back and midfield lines. And that's where his value is to Liverpool. While the current system is working well, Thiago allows Liverpool to do two other things perhaps a bit better. The first is bypassing a high press without going long. Last season, Thiago took the ball under pressure more than any Bayern player while managing an 89.6% pass completion rate in the league, the highest of any Bayern player who wasn't a centre-back. His ability to receive under pressure and then work a passing angle means that Liverpool will be better equipped to play through a press rather than over one. The second is that more attacking midfielders like Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain may now come into their own as an attacking presence. This is not because Thiago is better defensively than Henderson or Fabinho, but as a result of Thiago's ability to play through the lines. And this could be especially helpful against teams who sit off but also crowd out the wide areas. Now, we aren't going to suggest what Klopp's best lineup will be. He'll know that better than anyone. Nor is it possible to know which midfield balance suits which opposition best, or whether Fabinho will persist at centre-back after an encouraging start against Chelsea. What is clear though is that Thiago can be a hugely effective player, injury concerns aside, and give Liverpool a different dimension against teams who press high and sit deep. The Premier League champions just got even better. The Athletic is in-depth sports coverage that helps fans see the game from every angle. And Tifo is delighted to be able to offer full access to The Athletic now for just £1 per month. See the link in the description for details of this introductory offer. For football fans, that's access to the writing of journalists dedicated to your team, plus David Ornstein, Phil Hay, Daniel Taylor and many more. Not to mention over 400 full-time writers offering inside access and independent analysis of every team that you follow across every league that you care about. Get local expertise and unmatched league-wide perspective. The Athletic's writers are in the bubble, on the field and behind the scenes as it all happens. Catch up, go deep, and join the conversation on the most important happenings in sports.